it's been really interesting seeing the difference in the training techniques between the show jumpers and the race horses. Just tell me a little bit more about how you prepare a horse for...
Well, at the end of it, we have two gallops here. We have a sand gallop, which is round, and we have a hill gallop, which is, obviously we've been up this morning, is quite steep. So we utilise our life as trying to use both of them. And getting horses fit is no different than getting human beings fit. I mean, at the end of it, it takes a period of time to get them fit. You gradually increase their work until they got the situation where they can get up the hill without actually taking too long to recover. Once you see and you can hear they've recovered halfway down the hill, we know they're pretty straight. And from there onwards, there's a question of putting them on the racecourse.
So, Matt, we've seen some fabulous horses this morning, lovely types. In fact, I've picked one or two out for dressage horses and jumpers. But we all know to make a top horse, it's not just the type, the physical characteristics, but it's its temperament as well. So what do you look for, and what are the signs that you see emerging that you think this horse is going to make a real championship horse?
I mean, the first thing you've got to say is you cannot give a horse ability, you know, and you don't know whether they've got that until they start galloping. But what we're looking for is horses who are having a happy outlook on life, seem to be finding life easy, move nicely. Not so much, don't have to be light on their feet, because a good horse might want soft ground, so if he hits the ground horse, that's no problem. You want them to be fairly correct in their conformation, but you have to remember a lot of the time we are buying made horses from the point-to-point fields, right. So there's always going to be a few things that you have to let go. But the main characteristics you want is like a nice head, big ears, nice bright kind-looking eye, and a good outlook on life, a horse that looks like it's enjoying what it's doing.
So yes, so tell me about career highlights.
Well, I've been very lucky. I've won a Grand National at Cheltenham Gold Cup and a Champion Hurdle, and there's a magical three. So if you're lucky enough to do that, you've had some pretty good horses in your time, really.
Matt, we're here with Brenda, and she is not only very happy, but she's also very affectionate too. First of all, what's Brenda's racing name?
She's called Brenda's Asking.
Oh,
there you go, yeah.
That's why she's called Brenda.
That's why she's called Brenda.
So, all your horses look really happy and contented. What's the secret? I noticed that you've got, bars so they can see each other. It's very social for them.
Yeah, well, look, not preaching to the choir. We all know a horse is a herd animal, so having him or her locked away where they can't see anybody else is never going to be a huge benefit. I think routine is a huge thing. We've got 1,000 acres here, and it's all well and good saying, we can go off and ride the horses wherever we like, but horses like routine. They like to know where they're going, when their next feed, when their next very nice Dodson and Horrell feed is going to come from, and when they're going to get it. And I think that's also a key attribute. We don't over-gallop them. We turn out into the paddocks on an afternoon as many horses as we can. Obviously, we can't turn out 60 every day, but we do try and get out as many as possible. And I think it's just about routine, turnout, and yeah, as you say, fresh air, trying to keep them nice and healthy.
So we've both worked with D&H for a long time now. Tell me why nutrition is so important to racehorses.
Well, nutrition is like an athlete. You're trained. You have to have a really good balanced diet to make sure that you're everything working in the correct way. So we find that what arrives on our doorstep is absolutely tailor-made for us, and that is just hugely important.
So, Laura Collett, a fellow D&H ambassador. So you send horses to Laura, who is obviously known as an international event rider, but you send horses to Laura to school.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
Yeah, so Laura, it's brilliant that she's only up the road for us. Horses that just need a little bit of help of where to put their feet. It's all well and good. We have a schooling ground out the back there with 6 fences and in a straight line, but not all horses can just go up there and know how to shorten up or how to lengthen. Horses that need a little bit of help, how to use themselves, how to use their back properly, will take to Laura, and she's remarkable what she does. I mean, she gets on a horse, she points it down to these great big fences, incredibly brave, and she can tell us, what the horse needs to learn and how it needs to learn it. We've had a lot of horses who have struggled to make the jump from a hurdle to a fence properly, and they've gone up to Laura and she's just got them in underneath the poles, got them to shorten up, got them to use themselves properly. I think we find with the racehorses, everybody can go long. Everybody can stand off outside the wings when they've got a lot of momentum. But when they're getting tired, when they're getting tight, when they're having to learn where to put their feet, Laura's excellent at educating them.
Well, that's the racehorses, Fred.
Yeah, now we're off to Laura Collett's.